All right. Good morning, my patriots. How y'all guys doing? If it's your first time tuning in to the broadcast, do me a favor. Go ahead on and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. With that being said, let's jump into this. Hey, listen, guys. I made this video first and foremost not to have any beef with any conservative. So before I get into this, I am not trying to have beef with the Officer Tatum. All right. In fact, I really admire the guy. I love his content most of the time. I think that Officer Tatum is an extraordinary person. All right. I mean, he walks the walk, he talks the talk. He's been very consistent since I've known him. Following him now going on about 2 years. So this is not a beef. So I don't want nobody to think that I'm up here trying to clout chase and none of that shit. That ain't me. But y'all know that I'm one of the rawest conservatives out there, and I don't bite my tongue. So if I was having a conversation with Mr. Officer Tatum, I would say this to his face without no type of hesitation, because I'm just that dude. You know what I mean? Like, nothing I say, if I say it on this channel, I say it to your face, because there ain't no fear in my heart. Only person I'm afraid of is God. That's just me. So I put that out there so nobody cannot say that this is a cut to Officer Tatum. I'm going to say my piece on the matter and let it go at that. So I listened to the Officer Tatum talk about the Ahmaud Arbery case, and he said that these guys need to be found not guilty. And it took me aback for a minute, because I've been following this case. I was one of the first originals to report on it. I'm very close to the case, and not only do I live in the area at the time, but I know a lot of key players in this shit. And I'm hearing Officer Tatum basically saying, well, you know, he was going in and out of people's houses. They said that he was on the boat, and that's why they put the camera there. And then he talked about, you know, that also too, you know, this kid's past history. And I get it. I definitely get it. Okay? Everybody is judged by how you conduct yourself on regular routine from your past. We know this. I know this as living in this earth almost 40 years. Okay? People go by your routine, your patterns of what you normally do, because you're a creature of habit. I understand that. But on this particular case, Ray Charles can see that this was unjustified. Now, I know, and I'm just going to be 3,000 about it. I mean, again, I love you, Brendan, but I also know, bro, that when it comes to cops, you always take their side. I don't know what it is about that, even when they're wrong. And so many other cases that we discussed about as conservatives, that Ray Charles can see a lot of times the cop can be in the wrong, along with the criminal. You will still take the cop's side. Now, I understand that's that cop in you. You know what I mean? You gotta back the blue. But Gregory McMichael was no fucking hero, guy. Those guys were no heroes. They were known in the community to be a part of the BS that we as conservatives say that we do not stand for and do not promote. Now, getting back to that, there's also was proof that Gregory McMichael did not do his job efficiently. So he wasn't like he was cop of the year, okay? Dude wouldn't do training. Dude got out of trainings. He did everything he possibly could not to do things the right way. That's exactly why he wound up being remembered as a shitty cop to begin with. So let's make that clear since we want to bring up past. Another thing about the situation. You even said so yourself. When people was going in and out of the house, he got caught. What did he get caught with? He had nothing stolen on him or anything of that nature. He was unarmed. Now, you also went to say, well, they always do dump houses. Bro, I also live, this is South Georgia. I understand that you might have police in Arizona, in a big city, but this is a smaller town. If he was going to do a dump house, he's not going to do it in that type of area in a nice suburb out there off of exit 29 where this shit went at. Sorry, ain't going to happen, bro. Too many fucking Crime Watch eyes are out there. I'm telling you, because I live over there. Now you won't, and you never talk about, and that's another thing that really ticks me off about the case, is you never talk about the time that they told them not to follow this dude. They told them to stay their ass at the house. So how is they not guilty? You said, well, it's within the law. Okay, well, let's talk about the law, Mr. Tatum, because I know you're a lawyer. I know you with the law. I also know the law states too that you are supposed to annihilate the threat as long as the threat is within you, where you at, your dwelling. They left their house and chased him down, cornered him off. So how is that? That's basically saying that you ran to the threat. I'm just saying. I mean, you are supposed to be a man that is a lawyer. Somewhat when it comes to being a cop. You're supposed to know the law. So that's what I'm trying to say is, how is it that they chased this man from their home? Because he wasn't around their home no more. He done left the area. Not to mention, the guy that y'all said, Paul English, would you say, well, he retracted the story. He didn't retract it. He always kept it 100 about that story. He always said that the dude didn't take anything. He went in there, but he never took anything. So, which one is it? You said that they had saw him with a boat. Okay, who saw him? The McMichaels? What about the McMichaels that we already knew about? We know that Gregory McMichael had a connection with Ahmaud Arbery. Because when Ahmaud Arbery was on probation, he was one of the guys that was dealing with Ahmaud Arbery before all this went down. And they said that he was one of the guys that actually had a little trouble with Ahmaud Arbery. Now, you know your records, you can see that. Look, again, I'm not trying to get in the pissing contest. I really not. I mean, like I said before, I respect Brandon Tatum. I know you've been in the YouTube spaces. I know you've been one of the pioneers of conservatives. I respect you. I respect Candace. And I respect anybody on your platform that even agree with you with this kind of thing or whatever you're saying. But I'm wanting to make sure that you know that you need to keep an open mind, that is more to the story than what you're thinking or what it appears to be in your head. Because I live out there. I live in the area. So I know what goes on. See, there's a difference between what you think and what you actually know if you live in it. That's like somebody saying, yeah, I know what it's like to be abused, but they just saying, they said it because they lived it, versus somebody that said, oh, I have sympathy for you being abused. And it irked me the wrong way because it's becoming a pattern. When it comes to your channel, when we talk about these issues, that it just seems like from everybody's perspective, you always go for the cops on everything. Now, I back the blue too. I love the cops. I think their job is very important, ex or present. But not every ex-cop, bro, is in the right. McMichaels, if you learn his history, and if you also dig deeper, his kid, his own daughter, took pictures of this boy dead body and spread it through Snapchat. There's messages, Brandon, with them talking about how they killed the boy and brag about it. I understand. I know it's racial talk. It's no big deal. I understand stickers don't make breaking bones, but words will never hurt me, bro. But there's more to the story than what you're looking at. This was justifiable, as in they need to be guilty, bro. This is a real racial situation. The other ones we talk about, yes, they're bullshit. Breonna Taylor, bullshit. We already know. George Floyd, yeah, two fucked up people met each other, they're gone. Which, there was some things you said on that I didn't agree with. It seemed like you was kind of taking, Derek Chauvin's side. But hey, it's cool. That again, this is the copy you. This is becoming a trend that I feel like that is not good for the movement if we gonna say that we supposed to stand up for the people and our beliefs. We got to be more open-minded. I have not seen you yet say a cop was wrong when he was actually wrong. And again, you all entitled to our own opinion. And this is not a beef session. I'm not blasting you. I will still buy your books and support you. I'll still rock by you and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, as a fan and as someone out of respect, because I can't talk to you in person because you're a bigger person than me. You are very busy, things of that nature. But I'm just saying, bro, this man was no, how can I put this? This man was innocent this time around when he got killed. He was innocent. And then all the people that's agreeing with him, that his fans, I want to ask y'all something. I want y'all to put yourself in that woman's, Ahmaud Arbery mama, position. And his father. Because he came from a two-parent home. His parents was involved. What if you got the call that your child was dead? And your child got killed and somebody actually chased him. Like, he was nowhere near the area of these people's house. They chased him. Chased him, shot him. He had no stolen goods on him. Nothing. No stolen goods, no weapon, no nothing. And left him in the street. And people started making recordings and passing around all over the internet and interwebs. And looking at the footage of him dying and bragging about it amongst themselves for months. Would you still have that same energy saying that he deserved it? Would you still have that same energy that he deserved it? Because if that's how you feel, then guess what? I rest my case. But if you know good and damn well that that's not how you would feel, then you need to really sit back and look at this shit from more than one perspective. I mean, I'm just saying. And again, this is just me being real. Now, again, if that's how your brand works, bro, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna knock your hustle. That's your brand, that's your brand. Everybody got their own brands, irons in the fire, whatever. But when it comes to this case here, because I know a lot of players involved, and this is personal to me because this is where I live at. This is my area. I know how the people operate out here. And I am a conservative. So I'm not one of these guys that every time you go on my videos, I'm always claiming victim. Because y'all know I'm conservative as shit. In this case here, wrong is wrong. The McMichaels are guilty. They were told to stay their ass where they supposed to stay at. Let me ask you this, Mr. Tatum. If that was a civilian, and they were black, and the perpetrators was white, and let's just say the white kid or the white perpetrator they was chasing was an ex-cop, and the black people that did that to the ex-cop were regular civilians, would you still have that same energy? would you still say it was justified? I'm just asking you a question. If Ahmaud Arbery was an ex-cop that got shot, and it was citizens that chased him like they did Ahmaud Arbery, after they were told the citizens to stay their ass where they at, would you still have that same energy? I just want to know. Because if that's the same energy you still agree upon, then that's fine. Then you stand by your convictions. You is what you is. But I got a feeling that you wouldn't. I got a feeling that you wouldn't. I'm just saying. Because I'm observing stuff how I see it. And in this case here, they are guilty. Just like the people who chased Kyle Rittenhouse are guilty. Key word. Now let me ask you that, Mr. Tatum. Because now we're really getting into something. Because Kyle Rittenhouse and also the case that's going on with Ahmaud Arbery, people were being chased. Being chased. And you have said so yourself, and we have said so ourselves as conservatives, that Kyle Rittenhouse had every right to shoot and defend himself. And they were the aggressor that was chasing him. We have agreed upon that. So why can't we not agree upon that when it comes to Ahmaud Arbery? Because those people in those trucks were the aggressor. In fact, you seen the video. Who fired the first shot? Gregory McMichael. Telling him to stop, and he ran around the truck, and they shot at him. He didn't pull out no gun. He didn't have nothing in his hand but running. I'm just saying, man. I mean, like I said, you make it make sense to me. In fact, I tell you this, Mr. Tatum, if you feel like that you have more of a valid point about this situation than I do, then have me come on your show. We can have a conversation, or you come on my show, we'll have a decent conversation. Me and the man, conservative, make me understand how you come up with your logic, and I'll make you understand how I come up with mine. And we can agree to disagree. Because you probably have followed my channel. You know Jericho probably been on there. Anthony, Bryan, Logan, I've talked about him. I'm a fan of all you guys. But on this right here, I just cannot agree with you on this. I just can't. I mean, no disrespect at all to you. I just can't, bro. I just don't see the logic. Because it's all the same what I'm seeing here. If we fight for Kyle, if we can say that Ahmaud Arbery was guilty, we might as well say that Kyle Rittenhouse is guilty too. Because both of those young men were being chased. The only difference is one had a weapon and never had a record. The other one didn't have a weapon and did have a record. That's the only difference. They were still faced upon the same scumbag behavior that we talk about we're against. Tell me I ain't lying. If you're a conservative right now, tell me I ain't lying if you compare the two cases of the chase. What do we saw with Kyle Rittenhouse? That young man was being chased like a dog. Chased like a dog. They were screaming, get him. Same thing with Ahmaud Arbery almost. He was being chased like a dog, except for they were doing it in vehicles. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, man, I'm not knocking your hustle. I ain't hating on you or nothing like that. But I also have an obligation to my fans and for the people. I'm a voice of the people because I'm one of the realest motherfucking conservatives on this channel. I might not have 1 million followers. I might not have 200,000 followers. Hell, I might not even have fucking 25,000 followers. But one thing is for certain, and two things for sure. Everybody that fucks with me as a conservative know that I stand by my convictions. And I ain't gonna sit here and say that somebody is fucking innocent just because of affiliation of them being prior military or whatever. I go by the actions. And in this case here, these jokers is guilty. The McMichaels are guilty. And there's another thing, Bryan, Brandon, that really irks me too, bro. Why didn't you talk about how the lawyer talking about they don't want black pastors in the courtroom because they're afraid that they're going to influence the jury? If you know that they're going to be not guilty like you say, who gives a shit about Jesse Jackson and them? How they intimidating anybody? People got their own mind. People going to vote for whatever they going to vote for. I've never seen a pastor, a group of pastors, influence the jury yet. You're right, Roger. He was a mental case. And he was. He had a lot of demons. I wouldn't be surprised that he might have had early stages of CTE because the kid played football for a long time, ever since he was knee high. And there's been cases that people got CTE early. It could have been that. It could have been a lot of factors. Again, I'm not making excuses of why he kept getting in trouble. I don't know the man's personal life like that in depth with his mindset. All I know is that the McMichaels were no angels. And one thing I'm going to say is, going against the grain, I don't care who you are. Brandon Tatum, Candace Owens, whoever. I love each and every one of my conservative brethren. But if I disagree on something, I'm going to call it out. It's what I am. Now, until I get to that bigger forum where I'm like them, millions of followers, and we all got contact information with each other, then we got our people, then I'll talk behind the scenes and have the discussion. But when it comes to me being a small guy, yeah, I'm going to call it out because it's not right. We are conservatives. We supposed to stick together. Man, we are supposed to rock together no matter what. Like, this is not supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been hearing him throwing a little endos about this case for the past year or so, and I ain't said that. I'm like, well, let's wait till everything dies down and things like that. But when you go out here and you are constantly bashing people, you know what I'm saying, that are victims by a lot of these cops that are especially dirty, I can't agree with that. Just like the one whenever we talked about what happened with the guy in California. Remember we talked about that case? I had said the cops was wrong. The guy was minding his own business. The cop harassed him. That's why the cop got fired in California. The man didn't do anything wrong. He was even cordial with the cop. Even told the cop, listen, man, I don't know what you're doing, but I know I ain't did nothing wrong. He didn't get feisty or nothing. He only time he resisted once. And then he kind of got himself together like, all right, I know this guy gonna make a big deal about this, so I'm gonna go ahead on and do it the right way. He tried to say the cop was in the right. How the cop in the right? You messing with a citizen. You ain't had nothing. You ain't had no reason to go with that guy. That guy wasn't doing nothing suspicious. He was just sitting there chilling, smoking a cigarette. But again, it just goes to show you, it makes it look like that we as conservatives, we're so biased about the men and women in blue in public service that we can't call out when they do fucked up shit. We're conservatives. We're supposed to call out everybody. You wrong, you wrong. I'm sorry, even if it is. Listen, there's some military members I've seen recently do some fuck shit. And y'all know I'm die hard, love the military. I go to bat for my military brother. But if you fucked up, you fucked up. So, I mean, you know, we got to do, I mean, I just feel like that there's a breakdown going on here. I mean, just make me understand how you can say two men. We're not even going to put race in it no more. Because every time I say that, they like to say, well, now you sounding like a wokie. No, I'm going to say it like this. How can you say two men? Let me get my son out of my way. How can you say two men are innocent, are fucking innocent when they chased down an unarmed man, when they were strictly told to stay their ass at the house and let the cops handle it? That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. Make it make sense. Because everywhere I'm from, especially when cops was involved, when you go against what the 911 operator tell you that's directed by the cops, we're wrong. You're right, Nate. I'm with you, Nathaniel. I'm with you 100,000%. But I'm going to stand on truth. Again, this is not a badge towards Officer Tatum. Again, still a fan. I'm going to buy his new book that he got released. I'm still going to support him. I'm going to share his stuff. I'm going to brag about him. Ain't no beef with him. I just want him to make it make sense to me as a fan. Why? Exactly. Both cases, Frosty, chased. They both were chased. So what is really going on? Because people are starting to question us as conservatives. Are we to the point that we only want to, how can I put this? We only want to be biased against criminals and only show love to non-criminals? Because that's not how that works. Because criminals can be innocent too. And like I said, this is no knock towards you. I know you're a man of God. I know you got your faith. And I, like I said, I just want you to make it make sense to me, bro. If you want me on your platform, but you want to come to mine, or hell, we can have a correspondence via email. You have a personal conversation, and whatever you say to me, Brandon, will stay between me and you so you can make me understand. I'm that type of dude. And I won't even talk about it no more. But just make it make sense to me, bro. As a grown man who is a person that pays his taxes, a law-abiding citizen, and as a conservative, make it make sense to me how these two white men are innocent. And how we can bust out and say that Kyle Rittenhouse should be innocent too. Because I ain't got nothing against Kyle. I think Kyle is innocent. I really do. I hope Kyle Rittenhouse get off. I hope he get off, and I hope the boy walks out there with his head held up high, and I hope he sue all the motherfuckers who put him through this bullshit, him and his family. But if we can be a champion for him, why can't we be a champion for the unarmed criminal that didn't do nothing wrong that day? That's all I'm asking. I always was told, and maybe I'm wrong, and this is not a knack against your Christianity, Brandon. This is just a question. I always was told that Christians were supposed to be unbiased people, that we were not to judge, that Christians don't judge people. They go by the actions that will happen right then and there. So with that being said, that man was unarmed that day. So you're trying to tell me he deserved to die. He was unarmed and he was jogging away from he wasn't trying to go to nobody or nothing. So you're trying to tell me he deserved to die. He deserved to get blasted at, shot at, and cornered, all because he went in a house and he wasn't even at these people's house who followed him. I just, that's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. Just make it make sense, man. Because right now, I ain't seeing it, brother. No disrespect. I just don't see it. Anyway, man, that's my response for this morning, because it really was on my mind. Because like I said, this is somebody I really admire. I really look up to Brandon, even though I know younger than I am. I really look up to the guy because the guy really is a solid person based upon his values and consistency how it is. But I just lately, just some of these things I'm seeing, it just don't sit well with me. Like I said, I know that nobody's perfect. He's not perfect. I'm not perfect. But I just need to know what's up. You know, I just need to know, make it make sense to me. How we can go out here and say Ahmaud Arbery. How we can say that Ahmaud Arbery is or deserve to get shot down like a dog. But yet still, we are supposed to embrace Kyle Rittenhouse, who defended himself. Just make it make sense. Because if Kyle Rittenhouse was in the right, defending himself during a chase, and he didn't commit no crime that day, except for trying to protect a building, then we should be the same compassionate way of an unarmed man who have had a criminal past, who did not have anything in his hand. Key word, past. Chase. Innocent till proven guilty on all counts. And right now, the McMichaels are guilty. Just like the people that chased down Kyle Rittenhouse for no reason. Anyway, y'all, please like, share, blow this up. You know, maybe I could get Officer Tatum to get me on his show and talk to me about this. Maybe I might could get a response from him, email. But if, Brandon, if you do see this, man, I know you're a busy man. Email me. Talk to me. And in fact, if you want to know my personal contact information, holler at my boy Jericho. Jericho got all my information. He's got my personal line. We can have a conversation. Whatever we say between me and you. I won't go on the YouTube. I won't go on the... You ain't got to worry about me signing no NDA. It'll be between me and you. But you got to make it make sense to me. That's all I'm saying. And after we have the conversation, if I still feel the same, which I'm quite sure I have a feeling that I probably will, because I know what type of guy I am, but I just want to hear your side of how your thinking is, then we can agree to disagree. All right, man. Please like, share, subscribe. I will be out tonight. I will have more content tonight up. We will talk about some stuff. We'll be getting back into the politics. Because we got a lot to unpack, man, in politic world. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're going to get it in tonight. Oh, yeah, we're going to get it in a little bit. And everything else. Please like, share, subscribe. Like I said before, bro, I'm not worried about dropping no name. I just said, when I drop this name, I just asking in general, make it make sense. That's all I said. I wasn't dropping his name as in a diss or nothing like that. You know, I just want to know to make it make sense to me. That's just how I am. So, I mean, people know how I am. There ain't no beef. This is just a conversation piece of how it is. Oh, I know. Believe it ain't my first rodeo, you ain't wrong. This ain't my first rodeo. That's why I said what I said, and I said it in a piece that I said it. Because I ain't trying to diss nobody. I just want to make it make sense to me of how it could be. In fact, I'll probably have this particular video up for probably about 24 hours, and then I'll probably make it into a members only. So that's probably what I wind up doing. So for 24 hours, I let it sit, let everybody do that, and then if I don't hear no response or anybody sees it or whatever, hey, I put it as a members only. Please like, share, subscribe. Y'all know how I do. I'm out.